Video games are a powerful medium. They make us laugh, they make us think, and sometimes they make us shed a tear or two. Or bawl, or whatever, no big deal, it happens. So today we're counting down the games that tugged the most at our heartstrings and triggered those waterworks in our list of the top 10 video games that will make you cry. Also, if it wasn't already obvious, major spoilers ahead. And at number 10 is Mother 3. Just riddled with grief, Mother 3 follows the events of a town, and specifically one family, that endures tragedy after tragedy. A man named Flint loses his wife, and is imprisoned after acting out an aggression. Told over 8 chapters, Lucas, one of Flint's sons, then becomes the main protagonist, and by the end of the game, he witnesses his brother's suicide. There's also some other simple yet quite emotional moments, like Lucas encountering his mother's ghost in a sunflower field, and one of the most depressing boss battles ever. Up next, number 9 is Silence: The Whispered World 2. The follow-up to The Whispered World, this sequel follows a young girl named Rini, who is lost in a magical realm, and her older brother Noah is searching for her. Noted for being an intense, emotional game that's quick and easy to play, the game starts off with a sister-brother duo hiding in a bomb shelter in the real world. A bomb then falls on the shelter, and the two wake up in another world called Silence. Now, being the ruler of Silence means you're near death in the real world, as we learned from the first game, and Rini looks identical to the Queen of Silence. Enter the dread. Now flash forward to the end of the game, where you're forced to choose between staying in Silence and dying in the real world, or kill the queen and return to the real world where your brother is dead. Tough call. Up next, number 8 is Red Dead Redemption. John Marston spends all of Red Dead Redemption seeking exactly that, redemption. And he almost gets there too, up until he's betrayed by the very men he thought he was helping. After sending his wife and son away, he walks out to an ambush of men who shoot him senselessly. Luckily, his son manages to get revenge for his father's murder years later, but nothing heals the pain of watching John in his last moments just before he opens up the barn doors and walks out to his inevitable death. And at number 7 is Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons. In this game about loss and grief, 2 young brothers are on a journey to find a cure for their sick father. The game starts off at their mother's grave, who died from drowning, and is the reason why the younger brother can't swim due to him witnessing the event. Along the way, they face many obstacles, one of which is a girl who tricks the brothers and mortally wounds one of them, leaving the younger brother in peril as he must swim back to their village alone in order to heal his father. In our number 6 spot is To the Moon. To the Moon tells the story of a dying man whose last wish is to go to the moon, even though he can't remember why. 2 doctors help him achieve this though, by reconstructing his memories and traveling in reverse chronological order of his memories via mementos in order to properly construct the new memory. This takes them back to the dying man's wife, and how they first met, and everything leading up until his illness now. Inspired by game designer Kang Gao's own experience with his grandfather and his own questioning of mortality, To the Moon was critically acclaimed and nominated for a slew of awards. Up next, number 5 is Shadow of the Colossus. Known for being beautiful, minimalist, and evocative, Shadow of the Colossus takes us on a journey with a young man known as Wander, who is trying to resurrect a woman by killing 16 colossi in order to bring her back to life, all within a mostly silent, minimal narrative. Your only companion, Agro, your horse, dies after the final Colossus, and back at the temple you're shot by knights on horseback and killed, in which you turn into a Colossus yourself, unable to kill the knights who are attacking you, and you're eventually sucked into a vortex, screaming and disappearing. The woman then wakes up, Agro is alive again, and she finds a baby with matching horns to Wander's lying in the pool where Wander had disappeared. Then she walks off into the desolate world with Agro, all while the credits roll. And it's all incredibly sad. Up next, number 4 is The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead is filled with a bunch of hard moments, as you're forced to make decisions that may or may not get the NPC members of your party or others you encounter in the game killed. In episode 5, Out of Time, you, as Lee, get bitten, and have to talk to Clementine, the young girl you've been protecting. Depending on what you choose, Clementine can shoot you or let you turn, both equally as difficult to do. Up next, number 3 is Valiant Hearts: The Great War. Based off the real-life tragedies and accounts of World War I, it's hard to not feel for these characters, especially when the art style falls in line with the Scott McCloud identification theory, a theory primarily used to describe comics but applies here. When a character is drawn simply, audiences are more likely to empathize and project themselves onto said character, further identifying with the emotions that that character is feeling. This is very much the case with the art direction of Valiant Hearts. The characters are minimalist, and the world surrounding them detailed, beautiful, and in utter chaos. And there's nothing like a story based on real events to get those waterworks really rolling, especially when the added realness that comes with the game's collectible objects provides a stark insight to the conflict of the Great War. Up next, our number 2 spot is The Last of Us. The Last of Us is filled with many a heart-wrenching moment. Right from the start, we're introduced to Joel right before his daughter is shot dead in his arms. And the tragedy does not end there. As Joel and Ellie traverse this virus-infested world, they encounter many different people, all enduring their own hardships, and are privy to so much loss in the process. The entirety of the winter chapter is enough to leave you emotionally exhausted. And let's not forget that DLC Left Behind, when Ellie and Riley are facing their inevitable deaths, or at least Ellie thinks they are, and the players are left with the foresight of of the unimaginable events that Ellie will be faced with after the game ends. And finally, in our number 1 spot is Life is Strange. Life is Strange takes us on a journey through the eyes of a teenage girl named Max, who can turn back time, and upon helping her estranged best friend Chloe search for a missing girl, she unearths a network of corruption in the town. Every choice you make drastically impacts the storyline, leaving the player feeling responsible for what does or doesn't happen to certain NPCs. This includes one character's suicide, and later the fate of the entire town, but the part that triggered waterworks for the most of us was in the middle of the game, when Max accidentally alters the timeline, resulting in Chloe becoming paraplegic after a severely dilapidating accident. Chloe, who reveals she's dying, then asks Max to euthanize her, and it's devastating. There we have it, friends. Did any of these make you bawl your eyes out? Let us know in those comments below, and if you have a suggestion for a list, give us a shout about that too. In the meantime, thanks for watching. If you dug this video, hit those like and subscribe buttons. And hey, maybe check out one of our other playlists on our channel, like the top 10 dumbest ways to die in video games. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll catch you in the next one.